Okay, so even on a day like today, with increased volatility because of the Fed meeting, we still see every single one of the support levels we have been warning you guys about here on this channel being respected with an astonishing precision, by the way. We see SPY, QQQ, Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, Palantir, many stocks performing very well from a technical point of view, and that's what we're gonna see in today's video. Welcome to the Finance Hydra channel. My name is Nathan. It's a pleasure to see you guys over here. On this channel, we design good strategies based on technical analysis and intelligent risk management. You are more than welcome to this community. Now, we see SPY made a quick collapse over here, trying to retest our first medium-term support level, this purple trend line over here, the support line of this ascending channel. Okay, so that's our first medium-term support level, and SPY has reached this key point over here before bouncing again. Now, we are just around another inflection point, our most important support level near the 659. This key point is so important because on the 1 hour chart, as we can see over here, 659, this black line up here, is also very close to the 21-hour EMA. So in order for the SPY to truly reverse this short-term bullish bias, because yes, on the 1 hour chart, we are still making higher highs, higher lows, okay? We are still above the 21-hour EMA. So in order to reject this bullish case, we gotta lose this support level for good, okay? This double support area for good, leaving it behind, making lower highs, lower lows. That's gonna be the trigger for a technical reversal on the SPY ETF, reinforcing the idea of a sharper pullback, maybe to the 652, maybe to the 21-day EMA, the exponential moving average on the daily chart down here, okay? So far, although the volatility was quite high, although we are still near this support level, there is no clear breakdown yet, all right? So it is a very complex situation, but SPY is still maintaining the bullish bias. We are still making higher highs, higher lows on the daily chart, and even considering the possibility of another pullback, the bullish bias would still remain valid, okay, would still be intact. In this case, we gotta see a crystal clear reversal, lower high, lower low, losing our 21-day EMA before assuming SPY is gonna trigger another bearish reversal structure, okay? So for now, yes, as crazy as this sounds, we are still maintaining the bullish bias. No reason to panic. We are still above our medium and short-term support levels. As long as we stay above them, no clear reversal, no pullback is going to materialize. Now, we see the QQQ. This one is slightly more bearish, but we are officially losing the previous support level, which was yesterday's low, okay, triggering a technical top signal. I know the size of the shadow below the candle's body today is quite intense, so it is hard to believe we're gonna see a real materialization of another top signal on the QQQ. This looks like it is the volatility speaking, but we gotta be careful because we are closing below yesterday's low. But if we lose this 21-hour EMA again, all right, then we are gonna re-enter bearish territory, making a high lower than the previous high, and in this case, yes, we may seek lower levels. Our first technical support level is 583. We got very close to this key point today, all right? But we have yet to actually retest this key point. So yes, we gotta pay attention to this 21-hour EMA. Okay, by losing it, yes, we may see another sharper correction. Okay, by losing it, we may see the 583 as our next technical target, as our next major support level. Nathan, what if we correct a little bit more? We have the 21-day EMA down here, and this is it. remember, any pullback to one of these support levels could be just another harmless pullback, because in the end, we are still maintaining the uptrend on the daily chart, all right? Medium term wise, we are still making higher highs, higher lows above the ascending 21-day EMA. So yes, any pullback could be another buying opportunity, but we gotta be careful because, as I told you guys a few days ago here on this channel, the second half of September is the worst, is the worst ever, okay? Is, as far as I remember, in the second half of September, SPY goes up only 41% of the time since 1950. Okay, since 1950, we only went up 41% of the time in the second half of September. So now is September 17, okay? So guys, we gotta be careful, okay? Because if we see another pullback over the next couple of weeks, we can't complain. Because from a statistical point of view, we should go down. We should make a sharper correction. Not necessarily a reversal, but a correction. However, remember, as long as we stay above the main inflection points I'm just describing to you guys here today, no sharper correction is going to materialize. After all, we still can go up, okay? We have 41% chances, all right? But we still can go up. We still have. We don't have zero chances, okay? 41%, all right? So instead of trying to predict the future, let's work with our major inflection points, our main support levels, in order to design good trading strategies. Okay, now NVIDIA is technically very nice because we see a pullback. We are losing our main medium-term support levels over here, all right, like the 21-day EMA, like the 174, like the 172. We made a kind of island reversal over here, right? We have an open gap here and another open gap here, so that's not good. That's not good at all. But we see NVIDIA bouncing off the 169. And that's very nice because the 169, as we can see on the 1 hour chart, was the previous inflection point over here, okay? By breaking the 169 over here, I told you guys here on our YouTube channel, guys, I see NVIDIA making a bottom signal, okay? Trying to retest higher levels, and we did. Now we see another pullback to this very same inflection point, and we found a support level over here. So that's good, that's interesting, that's why we see this shadow below the candle's body today. This only reinforces the possibility of a bottom signal, but there is no bottom signal yet. NVIDIA is still down, is still in bearish territory below the 21-day EMA. If we see a miraculous recovery, again, miraculous recovery, closing above today's high, breaking above the 172, okay, then I see a possible bottom signal above a clear support level, reinforcing the idea that we may retest the all-time high area again, okay? But in the absence of a clear technical evidence proving that we are gonna see a bottom signal, we can't say NVIDIA will go up, all right? We can't say NVIDIA is going to explode, perform very well, because we lack technical evidence. Okay, so for now, NVIDIA is bearish. Unlike SPY, unlike QQQ, NVIDIA is now in bearish territory. So we gotta pay attention to this, all right, and be very careful and always wait for confirmation. Always wait for a clear bottom signal to materialize before trading. But Nathan, that's boring, all right? I mean, I just want some action over here, right? I want to buy. I want to try to predict the future. I just want to have the thrill. Okay, well, if that's what you want, then you are just a gambler, not a trader. A trader don't care about emotions. A trader don't want to feel this feeling of adrenaline that most gamblers seek, all right? And again, gambling addiction is a disease, all right? Is a disorder. Therefore, we gotta always be careful and use strategy, okay? Our strategy is our main guide over here in this market. We only follow our plan. We don't follow gut feelings. We don't try to predict the future. We only do what our strategy says to do, all right? If there is no clear bottom signal, there is no buying opportunity, period. Okay, if you think it's gonna go up, well, that's not important. No one cares. No one cares about what you think. What about I think? Okay, because opinions don't matter in this market. Always focus on a clear strategy and pay attention to the risk-reward relationship of your trade, and this is it. You will be fine, okay? Long-term wise, you will be fine, all right? Now, short-term wise, we gotta wait for clear confirmation. If we do see a bottom signal, phenomenal. Nvidia could be another buy. We see other stocks, and we're gonna talk about them today, okay, making bottom signals. So I see other stocks looking more interesting than Nvidia right now. Nvidia is not on my watch list. We have Tesla. Tesla is already flying, okay, which is phenomenal. I was not expecting to see such a bullish movement over here, all right, but there we are, materializing another phenomenal rally. Apparently, the area around the 420 is a very dangerous inflection point, is our main resistance level, but Tesla is trying to break it. It is doing its best to break it right now. On the 1 hour chart, we see a kind of congestion over here, okay, making this, making the idea of a flag chart pattern quite reliable, okay? So yes, we see a flag on the 1 hour chart, we see some stabilization, but now a confirmation of a breakout on the daily chart, so phenomenal. Tesla is maintaining the bullish bias. Nathan, what's Tesla's next technical target? Our next main resistance level, 439. Nathan, what Tesla needs to do to frustrate this bullish case we are building over here? We gotta make a bearish reaction, closing below the 420, and preferably losing this 21-hour EMA as well in the process. All right, losing yesterday's low. Losing today's low in the next few days. If we see that going on, yes, we may see a top signal suggesting that a pullback to the $367 near this 21-day EMA would be totally acceptable, normal, plausible, even desirable. If you want to have another opportunity, another chance to buy Tesla with a good risk-reward ratio, that's what you want. You want to see a pullback because remember, only after a pullback, we will see our stocks near their support levels without a clear reversal of the uptrend, okay? But a pullback near support levels with a good risk-reward relationship. It all depends on the risk-reward ratio, all right? If it is good, okay, we can trade. If it is not, we are not gonna trade. That's extremely simple, okay? It's not a rocket science. Right now, if you wanna buy Tesla, bear in mind you're gonna buy near a resistance level, okay? What if you see Tesla making a pullback? Are you willing to hold Tesla even if you see a correction to this 21-day EMA again? That could be annoying, very annoying, so you gotta pay attention and of course set your stop losses because a true trader must have in mind a clear stop loss and a clear target even before he or she enters the trade. Okay, so that's how you trade strategically. You know beforehand, you know in advance every single aspect of what could possibly happen of your main support levels, resistance levels, targets, stop losses, so you understand that you can't control the market, but you can control your positions. Okay, you can control yourself. I do expect that you can control yourself, okay? That's the least we all can do as human beings. So that's the main idea when we trade these stocks right now. And guys, remember, if you want to trade with me, join our Telegram channel, join the 5% project. There you will receive exclusive signals, strategies, advanced strategies on many stocks, including AMD, Palantir, etc. Right? Stocks that we trade every single day over here and much more. Okay, so you can just join us over there, see for yourself how we perform, how we do things. We are swing traders. We don't do day trading. Okay, we are swing traders. All right, we capture longer movements on the daily chart. We spend more time studying than actually trading. Okay, of course we share signals every single day, but the idea is for us to maintain our position, to hold our positions for a few days or even weeks. All right, so I'm sure you are going to find something useful over there. Well, we have hundreds of traders making money every single day, so you can join us over there. All right, link is in this video's description. Cancel whenever you want. It's free to test, free trial for 7 days. I'm sure you are going to like. Now, our dear AMD, right? AMD still below the 21-day EMA. It is not bullish yet, but don't you agree that today's reaction is quite nice? After all, I know we failed miserably in breaking this 21-day EMA, but at least we are stabilizing over here again, maintaining our price above the 157 support level. So that's not a clear top signal yet. It could be, yes, of course, but it is not yet. On the weekly chart, we are trying to make a bottom signal above the weekly moving average. So if we see our dear AMD breaking this 21-day EMA, making a bullish pivot point, a reversal chart pattern on the daily chart, confirming a bottom signal on the weekly chart, we could see this one flying very, very high, at least to the 180s again. Okay, to this resistance level, 182, 184, 86 over here, right? We have this resistance area up here, all right? So we could easily see AMD going up, exploding. However, remember, it's important to see a clear breakout as soon as possible for more confirmation, okay? For confirmation's sake, because only after breaking this key point, triggering a clear reversal, we even have the idea of an inverted head and shoulders over here, right? So we gotta break this 21-day EMA. That's the major inflection point for you on AMD. If you wanna see this one turning very bullish again, that's the key point. You wanna see it breaking, okay? We are quite promising, okay? It is a promising reaction. On the 1 hour chart, we are trying to reverse already. We are now turning this 21-hour EMA upwards. So, okay, we have many bullish signals, but we gotta break this 21-day EMA, okay? We gotta break it as soon as possible. Maybe tomorrow, right? Now the volatility is supposed to stabilize, so maybe. We'll see, only time will tell. There is no need to try to predict the future, just react to what you see. And right now we see Palantir making a clear bottom signal, okay? I'm not gonna hide from you guys, it is a bottom signal. We see this bottom signal has a name, all right? It is a hammer candle pattern. A hammer candle pattern, in this case, is a very nice hammer. We see a gigantic shadow below the candle's body, which is quite small, okay? So it's a phenomenal bullish hammer above a double support level made by this 21-day EMA, made by this 163. So yes, this double support level did work very, very nicely for Palantir right now. We are bouncing off right above this key point, and yes, we have been alerting you guys about this inflection point here on this channel for a few days now. This line is here for many, many days. So yes, this key point is decisive for Palantir. By making a pullback and bouncing off, yes, we see the materialization of a hammer candle pattern. A hammer candle pattern, according to Thomas Bukowski's studies, reverse the trend roughly 60% of the time, okay? So it is a quite reliable bullish candle above a double support level. while we are maintaining the bullish bias after making this double bottom chart pattern, okay? So phenomenal. And remember, after triggering a double bottom, we see a pullback to this previous resistance level, to the peak between the valleys, previous resistance level here, now support level again, roughly 66% of the time, okay? So more often than not, we see pullback after the breakout to this support level, which coincidence or not is near the 21-day MA. So yes, Palantir is technically perfect right now. I'm not saying it will go up because I don't know. All that I know is that we see a very nice support level and we see a bullish reaction above this support level. It's not an advice, okay? I'm not saying that Palantir is a buy, please. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do see a very nice bottom signal above a double support level. If you want to buy or not, well, that's entirely up to you, okay? I'm just a guy, just a retail trader sharing my ideas here on my YouTube channel. So you are free to do what you want, but let's say Nathan, I don't buy it, okay? I still see Palantir as a bearish stock. Well, in order for Palantir to reverse this bullish case, because yes, we are bullish right now, that's a fact, okay? There's no argument on this, okay? It's a fact. We are bullish. If you want to see Palantir reversing the bullish case, we gotta lose this double support level, okay? As soon as possible, this week preferably. Because if we, guys, as long as we stay above the 160s, this 21-day MA, we are not gonna turn bearish. There is no way Palantir is gonna turn bearish unless we lose this double support area over here. Okay, so for now, what's our main inflection point on Palantir? 163, near the 21-day MA. All right, as long as we stay above it, okay, bullish continuation. Okay, we are already bullish. We are gonna continue the bullish bias. All right, again, a very simple situation, phenomenal reaction near a support level, not an advice. And now we have SoFi. SoFi made another extremely technical movement. See, we have a kind of ascending triangle. We had an ascending triangle chart pattern over here. A few days ago, we had a breakout of this triangle, an upwards breakout. Now, if you ask me, SoFi has everything to retest the $28.26 again. That's our next resistance level, which is the all-time high. All right, we have everything to retest the all-time high again. Now, after the breakout, we saw a pullback. Today, we did correct all the way down to this double support level again. Double support level made by the 26.61 and this purple trend line over here again. And we see another hammer, like on Palantir. We see another hammer over here, above another double support level. I don't know you, but I do see this as another bottom signal. But Nathan, we are near the all-time high. Yes, but guys, let's say, okay, hypothetically, all right, if we see SoFi confirming a bottom signal, we can break the all-time high and seek higher and higher levels. However, what's the key inflection point over here? It is very clear to me. Don't you agree that if we lose today's low near 26.13, if we make another bearish reaction, losing again the $26, losing today's low, losing this purple trend line, if we lose all of these support levels, don't you agree that we may frustrate the bullish case over here? Because we're gonna lose many support levels and fail to react above a support level. So that could be very annoying. Therefore, as long as we stay above 26.13, SoFi will remain very bullish. That's how I see SoFi right now, performing very well. It is going up nicely, so it all depends on how it's going to behave in the next few days, if we're going to see the loss of this support area or not. Either way, it is looking good. Okay, it is a promising stock. It is not on my watch list, on my personal watch list. I see better stocks right now, but it is a good one. Okay, now Intel Corporation. This one looks very interesting because we had a congestion, right? Back to this 21-day EMA. Now we see this 21-day EMA working as a support level for Intel Corporation. Do we see a clear bottom signal? We see a few, right? We do see a few. However, it's very important for us to break this triangle's resistance level as soon as possible, because only by doing that we may see true confirmation of another bullish rally. If you ask me, by making an upwards breakout of this triangle, Intel has decent chances of breaking the $26 area up here, because we do see a kind of pennant chart pattern on the daily chart, right? So yes, in this case, we may fly to higher levels, possibly to finally close this gap over here. Okay, this gap is wild. It's here for more than 1 year right now, so yes, it's about time for us to close it. And by breaking this triangle, and by breaking this triangle's resistance level upwards, yes, I see this scenario materializing, okay? But remember, we are analyzing the daily chart over here. We have a pennant on the daily chart, so it is gonna take a few weeks to materialize such nice rally. Nathan, what if we see Intel losing this purple trend line, losing this 21-day EMA, losing the $23.83 support level again? What if we see the loss of all of these support levels? Okay, bearish reversal. All right, guys, it's not a rule, but more often than not, in situations like this, we see an upwards breakout. But again, this does not happen 100% of the time, okay? We still may see a downwards breakout. Therefore, that's why I always tell you guys, trade with strategy. Know the inflection points. Know the main turning points in your stock and set stop loss and targets using them to your advantage. Okay, that's how we do, and only then you can mitigate losses while maximize your profits in a good scenario. Okay, and right now, guys, we see that's how you ideally maximize profits and mitigate losses. And now we see a nice opportunity on Intel Corporation. Okay, but it is nice, but of course it is not perfect. Okay, I see better stocks right now. For instance, ARM Holdings. This one is more like my style. Guys, I'm not trading ARM Holdings. I'm not recommending ARM Holdings on our Telegram channel. Okay, I have other stocks in mind, but between Intel and ARM Holdings, I prefer ARM Holdings. And of course, you may ask why. Because I really like ARM. Okay, really like it. The last time we bought, this one was down here. Okay, we bought this very deep. All right, the call is right there on our Telegram channel. You can check for yourself. Remember, link is in this video's description. Take a look over there. Signals every single day. Now we bought over here. It did a phenomenal movement. Now what we see over here is the same thing Intel is doing, but on the 1 hour chart we see a pennant chart pattern on the 1 hour chart, above the 21-hour EMA, above the 21-day EMA. In this case, we just made an upwards breakout of this inverted head and shoulders. All right, a correction is totally normal after the breakout. All right, that this happens more often than not, but we have the possibility of a flag going on as well, reinforcing this inverted head and shoulders. And we also have an open gap over here. Gaps work as magnets for the price when trends reverse. So I still see ARM closing this gap up here. Not an advice, okay, but I still see ARM closing this little gap and even seeking higher levels like the 168. Okay, so this one looks very, very promising. If we see the confirmation of a bottom signal, the confirmation of a bullish rally on ARM holdings, this one would reach our target before Intel. Okay, because it has higher volatility, because our signals, we have more bullish confirmation, we have this inverted head and shoulders, and we also have decent signals on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so that's how I see ARM right now. It is a phenomenal stock making a nice reaction. We just gotta see a better bullish reaction over here, so I can finally see a good opportunity with a good risk reward ratio. I'm not saying it is not a buy, I'm not saying it is a buy, I'm saying that it is interesting, and I am personally monitoring ARM holdings right now. Again, if you want to trade with me, join our Telegram channel, subscribe to the Finance Hydra channel, because here I do offer free analysis every single day for you guys. Every single day we analyze the market, many stocks every single day. I'm sure you will find something useful in this channel as well for you, okay? So subscribe, like this video. Thank you so much for your audience, my dear friends. Stay safe. See you guys tomorrow as usual. Bye bye.